a little Spanish conclave. 40-something people lived there. Bob Dylan had just left that place and went back to New York City to talk about a place called Desolation Row. And that was the name of this place. Dylan didn't make it up. It was in Ocean Park. I was living there. Some speed freak gypsy sliced me open. Blood is flying into the sky. He strangled me. I come to later in a car. These two hippies are saying, "Burkhart, you gotta get the fuck out of there." I said, "You gotta stop at a fucking liquor store, man. I'm hurting." So they do. And they said, and I said, why the fuck are you, what's it to you? They flash their badges and say, there's a big bus coming down this place on Friday. So if you're smart and you don't die on the operating table, get your outfit and go across the street, which I did. Out of the 40-something people living there, 22 of them were narcotics agents. One woman, one female cop, had married one of the drug dealers and been collecting stuff on him for a year. And I was close to the drug world for a long time, and he was locked up for several offenses, but it's the same way in a Klan thing. So, anyway, I got out of there, and I couldn't walk for a few months. And about 6 months later, one of the guys that beat me calls me up. He says, "Hello, this is Mitch." And I said, "What do you want, Mitch?" He said, "I just want to let you know, if you go to the cops, we will kill you, burn your house down, and kill your daughter." And I said, but at first he asked me, he said, "I just wanted to see if you got home all right." And I said, "Mitch, it's 6 months later." He said, "Well, what I really call about, if you go to the cops," I said, "Mitch, did it ever occur to you that you're the one who needs the cops for protection?" And he said, "Well, I'm just telling you." I said, "Good for you." And hung up, and that was the end of that. Now, I'm going to tell you something, because I don't want anybody to leave with that same old attitude that everybody comes in with. Those no good cocksuckers. Because I know that's what everybody has to say about this. But when I sat down there toasting marshmallows and sitting there watching births of their children and them dying, I didn't see anything different than I see in every room I go in. And I don't care if it's with the Pentecostals or half a dozen lesbians spread out in my living room. I mean, it's the same. It is the same all over. They just have a certain awareness, and that's all they can do. And I used to have like great discussions with my liberal friends all the time. "Burkhart, why do you hang around with them fucking people?" I said, "You want to know something? They ask me the same thing why I hang around with a bunch of assholes like you." Well, wait a minute. Those son of a bitches, they were born and bred that way. I said, "Well, that's what they said about you. But they ought to be wiped from the face of the earth." I said, "That's exactly what they said about you." And finally I said to him, I said, "Listen, I got a better idea. Why don't you go tell them we wouldn't sit within 10 feet of one of those people?" I said, "That's exactly what they're saying about you." I said, "So I'll let them know what you said. But at some point, somebody's got to walk across the bridge. Otherwise, everybody hates everybody. It's always like that. And nobody even knows who they hate. They just hate them. They just fucking hate them. And I don't like to have that happen, because I went down and took a beating for this shit. Just to tell you something. Now, I don't believe in their horse shit. Like I said, I joined the Girl Scouts first. Oh yeah, I would. Bunch of young preteen adolescents running around with me under the sheets. Hell yeah. That's preferable any day. Yeah! Oh yeah. And I know it and they know it. Well, maybe they don't know it. That's their awareness. But someday they might know. They might look at one of my photos, not of them, but of some of those young naked girls that hang out with me, and they might say, hey, that guy's got a better idea. Oh, yeah. So with me, I don't have to go there anymore. And I really believe that things set themselves up so I could get knocked down to trip myself, because I was pretty angry. I'm still pretty angry, so don't get me wrong. But I take it out in my heart. I don't do all that shit. But I'm glad to say that out of the 5 people that beat me, one got threw out of the Klan because he had his nipples pierced. Another one was killed. Another one is doing about 20 years in prison, and one quit. I don't know what happened to the 5th one. So things happen, you know. 5, 10, 15 years, people change. Can you imagine what was happening in your life 15 years ago? Anybody? Well, maybe a couple of you can. The rest of you were just getting it by rote. Oh, well, my mom told me I pissed my diapers. You know, I mean, but after a while, people change, and even everybody changes. And I've seen people go in that direction. I've seen people come from that direction and go in that direction. So I always, I like to talk about the Klan. I don't like them. And I took my beatings, and but for me, they're just like anybody else. They got a line of shit, and they just, you know, and they believe it. And if everybody else on the planet, fuck them. Fuck everybody else. Because we know what's up. Now that's bizarre, and I see it everywhere. I don't care if they're Democrats, Republicans, young people against old people, the hip against the square, everywhere. I mean, it's nobody lets anybody else in the world, and that's the only way your awareness is going to grow. My awareness grew in leaps and bounds when I had to go down there and eat hot dogs with these clowns. Good hot dogs, by the way. And marshmallows toasted at the foot of a burning 40-foot cross. Try it. Try that out. Oh yeah. I even had one guy, he said, hey, you know that's sacrilegious. I said, you want one? He said, yeah. So I could go on, and I can have a question and answer period. But, you know, oh, there is a question here.
Any of the guys who beat you up in these photographs?
Just a second.
Oh, you got your laser pointer.
I got the laser pointer. Close your eyes now. See this dude here with a pistol? He's shooting out a window in a hotel room in Indiana. He was a security guard for the Klan. He was one of them that was beating me. Let's see if he can get it back up there.
Was he the 5th guy? Yeah, which story was his?
And look at this clown.
Yeah. What?
Here's another one.
Wait.
See the guy with that one there?
Yeah.
He was another sergeant in arms working me over.
Which one is she?
Five young dudes, you know, 20, at the time I was 55. And it's like, yeah, I'm a little older now.
55 when this happened?
Yeah, back in 93 or 95, yeah. So, and probably even now I could take them on one-on-one in the street.
Fred,
But locked in a room, it wasn't easy.
Who's this guy?
Rodney
Beast, this old beast.
Rodney Jr. and his wife.
Fucking guy, look at his face. It's like a demon or something.
This is him. He's sitting here at breakfast, 5 a.m. in a trailer. There's Rodney in his underwear, aiming his Ruger, having target practice on a door over there. And,
He's actually shooting the gun?
oh yeah, he's shooting holes in the door, and it's a door where 6 of his children are living on either side of the extension under the trailer, and I'm saying, Jesus. 2 of the kids were in the behind him, and one older kid, but the others are in there. So they take their chances. They do everything. He's got like a they hunt deer, rabbits. They don't go in town. They got their own vegetable gardens. I wonder why they let me in.
Another question.
Who's this handsome guy here with the gun holster and the tattoo?
That was me when I was a little younger.
Oh, at 55?